Oos. Basic warm-up exercises. These are a couple exercises I do every morning when I wake up and before I do any training, any martial arts, any workout. These are called knee bends. Bending forward, pushing backwards. When you push backwards, you want to straighten out those legs when you're pushing backwards. This is very good to warm up your knees before you're doing any kicking or any squats. These are rotations now. You're going to anti from left to right, rotating the knees. Same thing, you want to lock them out when you're pushing backwards. Lock them out when you're pushing backwards. These are the same kind of principle as a rotation, but these are working in your hips as well as your knee. So you want to spread your legs apart and you want to rotate going backwards, and you can rotate coming forward. This is also a good little warm up for your abductor muscles. The deeper you rotate inwards and outwards. These are hip rotations, very important. A lot of people don't do these basics and they just jump into training and they get injured. So these are rotations. You're just going into one motion, anti, and you're going to anti to the other side from left to right. Just rotating the hips around. Nice motion. Keeping the legs straight. Just go around in a circle. Only working the hips. Only the hips supposed to be moving. The entire legs are not, just the hips. This is like antying from left to right. So I'm hitting left, come back right. Hit left, come back right. Going around the circle. These are just rotation of the shoulder. Just loosen up the shoulders. Going backwards, coming forward. You know, nice to get the shoulders nice and loose before you're doing the punching. So you're going backwards and you're going to rotate, come forward. Alright. This is the next shoulder exercise here. You're going to bind the hands in between and kind of pull in with the other arm. You're going to feel this in your shoulder. This is clasping the arms now. Clasp it inside. Try to get your hands nice and straight. You're going to feel this in your shoulders and in your chest, in your shoulder blades also. These are good stretch. You see I transition right into the clasp. From the straight arm, the transition right into the clasp. This is just a straight leg, palm touching the ground stretch for your lower back and your hamstrings. Very basic, but you know, you never forget the basics because that's where everything is. You know, you need the basics and you always go back there, and when you're warming up, you use the basics to warm up, and then from there you progress into the advanced stretching. This is just the same thing from a different angle. I'm pulling my back of the legs down and trying to reach my head all the way through my legs as far as I can. So that's just basically it. This is just the basic warm-up I usually do. As I stated before, a lot of people usually neglect the basic exercising, the basic warm-ups, and just kind of jump into the advance and try to do too much, you know, at a level that you're not really there yet, and you end up injuring yourself. And it could be from knee injuries, groin injury, back injury, hamstring, hips. And the injuries can be anything from dislocated shoulder, torn groin, torn hamstring, blow out the knees, ACL, meniscus damage. So the injuries can be serious, you know. So what I showed you here was just basic knee warm-ups, which I do actually I do this every day. I warm up my knees every day. I warm up my hips every day. Even when I'm not going to work out, I still warm them up. Because it's just a basic exercise warm up that I do all the time. And as I said, I always do the basics first before I go to the advanced stuff or the intermediate stuff. So every time I work out, I still do my basics. I always drill my basics, and that could be my basic kicking, my basic punching, to my basic warm-ups. So never neglect these warm-ups, even though they might be basic, because your body always needs to be warmed up. Never train on cold muscles. Never do full range splits on cold muscles either, because you do serious damage. And usually from these basic routines that I do here, I would then jump into some light jump rope or maybe a slow jog to get a little more sweat going, a little more warming up my muscles going, and then I will jump into the full range splits, the full range stretching, as well as maintenance. These warm-ups are good for preventing the injuries also, because you want to train smart now. You know, you want to, when you're working out, you don't want to work out every day and then get injured. So you always want to warm up the correct way. So all these knee bends and hip rotations are great for, like, if you're doing side kicks, you're doing a roundhouse kick, spinning back kicks, you're trying to jump in the air, do kicks, you're trying to twist around from left to right, different motions, from spinning on the ball of your foot, spinning on your foot, doing, you know, different aerial kicks. These warm-ups here are perfect for that, so you won't blow your knees out, you won't tear your rotator cuff. Just basic injuries that usually happen when you don't warm up properly. These will prevent it and also maintain and keep your ligaments and tendons tight, from that even happening to you, because you drill these basic workout exercises daily. So it builds up that flexibility around that area, so you avoid the basic injuries as well as the serious injuries, which the basic injury and the serious injury to me is just coming down to basically the same thing almost. I just try to avoid both of them or all of them by just warming up correctly, and any physical activity. So that's very important. You see, I'm looking for longevity, in the martial arts. I'm a martial artist, so I'm not here just to work out just for a moment. And I do like my 10 years of working out, and then when I hit a certain age, even though age is just a number, you reach, you're 35, you're like, oh, I'm done now. I did my 20s of working out and doing, my martial arts, so it's over. Martial arts is a journey, lifetime journey, and you work out smart and you work out in a way where you get longevity throughout your years with your training by avoiding all these injuries, even at a older age, even though I say age is just a number. So it doesn't matter what age you are, just as long as you keep yourself in shape mentally and physically. It all comes down to what you believe. If you believe that you're 40 years old and you're old already, then you're gonna be old. Okay, remember that a lot of times people will put things on you. They will say, oh man, you're this age, you're old. That's just an illusion. There's no such thing. It's all on what you believe in. If you believe at 60 you feel like you can do splits and jump in the air and do kicks and whatever, then you'll be able to do it. Also, what you put into your body, your lifestyle, what you're eating to fuel your body with. I'm not saying diet now, because diet is just something that you do for today and that's it. Lifestyle is you take it through your journey with you. It's a part of you. It's not something you do just for the hype or just for today. So that's what it is, all in what you believe in at the end of the day.